And G. Bryan and Tom Ryder are going to be making the core. We're going to just make them as we go. That's okay. We can get ahead of the game. Put some of these, just leave the pipes in the more layers, less architectural space. So this one's going to be a little bit different. It's a similar process. And what we did, we basically made a flower form. And G. Bryan starts the process. He's gathered glass from our furnace. That glass is 2,100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is why it's glowing orange. He starts by coloring that glass. Sure. And he's coloring the glass using crushed up colored glass called frit. Now, it's concentrated color bar that's been crushed into little pieces. And that's made by a company in Germany called Reichenbach. Reichenbach has been making glass colors for over 200 years for artists and industry in glass. Hi, Amanda. You brought your big camera.
Got the big one. Is it for the hot glass roadshow?
It's for the new roadshow, Dimensions, yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it'll be nice and big. Like a real studio.
Yeah. It's not quite this, but
All right, for anybody just joining us, we're here at the Corning Museum of Glass Hot Shop in the amphitheater. And we're working with Clare Twomey today. She's an artist from the UK. She lives in London. She's got a studio there. And Clare was trained as a ceramics artist. She is working with glass today. And we're making flower forms here. So right now, G. Bryan is the gaffer. He is creating the form. We're creating some additive bits, flower petals to this core form that he's building. And we got two workbenches here with action. Right over here where I am, Lewis Olson is making the petals for the flowers. G. Bryan is the gaffer. He's got the core bubble that all this is going to be built on. So this piece happens in multiple parts.
We could turn this up. This way, that'd be quicker. I turned it down for when we were doing the reading.
Oh, did you?
I was thinking
Oh, yes.
You can help Lewis, and he'll just torch it.
Okay. Good to go. So you want me to do this?
I'd like to actually be the one to grab it.
Okay.
I'll grab onto it, and then you would break it free, and then Tom can torch it.
Ready?
I'd like to be able to grab it like
Like yay. Boo. Little torch. Do you want the bits too, G? The sticky on bits? All right, so we've applied. Be careful, Amanda. You want that bit again? No bits, okay. You sure? Are we sure? Okay. I'd feel safer with like a glue bit on there, but I think they're going to. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. If the artist wants it that way, though, we should go for that.
No, she's into aesthetically. She said that it's.
Okay. Let's keep it that way. Looks like it's on there pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it's a smaller connection, so it's getting hotter.
Yeah.
Big ones were.
All right, so we're making decisions as we go here. We're asking Claire what she thinks. And so we're just going to actually torch these on here. And Lewis is making them over there. I guess I'm delivering them. Here you go, Lewis. That has a bubble in it, so. Eagle claw. And onto the piece it goes. So now it seems like we're getting in the rhythm of things. And it's just a matter of repeating the process. We're changing the shape of these little teardrop-shaped petals as we go. They're getting flatter and wider, just a little bigger each time. This way. They can go longer. Do you hear that, Lewis? Just a little longer each time for each subsequent layer. Not much, but You can see Lewis using that mid-range torch. That's an oxypropane torch. So that thing gets really hot. That gets about 3,500 degrees Fahrenheit inside that flame, so it can instantly turn the glass into liquid. Yeah, these look great, Lewis. Ready for the next one? Coming right up. And then I'm going to answer a question out in the audience. So there might be a short pause. Okay, so this is a repetitive process. We're doing a lot of the same things. I'm helping out here, so I apologize for my radio silence, which is happening here and there. We had a question out in the audience here. What was your question? All right. What's that? There's air in there. Yep, that's hollow inside. Just a little bit, yeah. So here's an example. This is one of the pieces they made Monday. I don't know if you saw this one yet, but this is similar to other pieces that Clare has been working with, this form, this rose form. These she had made out of bone china by workers from, what was the name of that factory? Stoke-on-Trent. Stoke-on-Trent is a very famous, sorry Eric, glass or ceramics house, a pottery foundry. I don't know what you call it. It's a city. Stoke-on-Trent. Okay. And there's a lot of ceramic. That's the Limoges of Great Britain. Okay, so that's similar to Limoges in France, where they make it's a ceramic center. So different people from different factories made these flowers for Clare for a special project called the Eden Project, and they made 10,000 of them in 1 month. So that was pretty amazing. So she's working off that idea of the flower here to make this piece here. And I should probably get back to it to help out. So one after the other, these pieces go on. Lewis is making them. I'm starting them for Lewis. And we're working pretty quickly and cyclically here. So we're essentially creating a miniature production line of these objects so they can be added as multiples into the main piece. So this is a sort of an exercise in doing it a different way. We made a piece kind of similar, a bigger one, this morning where each piece was made individually, one off, one at a time. Now we're sort of overlapping the production time of these pieces. So I'm starting while Lewis is finishing and while they're shaping. So there's a lot of different things happening at once. There's multiple workstations engaged. So this is a very efficient way to work on a concept. Oh my gosh, Claire's sister is watching in England. So we want to give a little shout out to her. Hello, Claire's sister. What's her name? Ruth? Hi, Ruth. Thanks for that interjection, Claire.
Okay, so I'm back on for a moment because my children, Lauren and Christian, are also learning about glass blowing in London this afternoon. They're watching it live as well. So thanks, Lauren and Christian. I'm glad you're watching this flower. I kind of hope that it comes back to London at some point.
Ready? Maybe one more flash, Tom. So we take this hot torch here and just superheat the end of that bubble where it was attached to the blowpipe. And then G's able to fasten it, just lightly weld it right onto the edge, or on the outside of that bubble, the core bubble he's got there. So this is a additive process for this piece. So we're adding parts on. Lewis Olson is over here blowing the pieces that are being attached, making the flower petals. Okay. We'll just go until they say stop. How's that sound, Lewis?
So we get some relief.
Yeah. All right. Gee, how many more do you think we got going on here? What do you think, Claire?
50.
You want 50 more? Okay. Only 50 more?
This layer,
Okay.
possibly, because what her vision is to have this
Oh, splaying out. So another 2 layers or something?
another two
Okay.
layers. So this layer, that layer, and then maybe it would be awesome to have a layer that come off the bottom and
Okay.
really splay.
Sure.
So they almost get attached to the bottom. Like those would need to be fairly thick
Okay.
because it would sit on those bottom.
Okay. All right, so we'll make them thicker after this one. After this, you tell us when. Okay.
Another, at this rate, we'll need another 10 of these.
Okay. So we'll just figure we're just going to keep doing this for a little while. How's that sound?
I love it.
Okay.
Close the time.
This one's got a bubble in it, Lewis. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, probably not the whole thing, maybe half of it. Thanks, Dane. Bigger and wider? Sure. Okay. No, he wants it wider and thicker at the bottom. So, yeah, I'll get you more glass. So G was just saying he wants the bubbles a little bit wider and thicker. Oh, okay. Well, that one's no good. So the reason he's poking the holes in that bubble is because as the glass heats up and cools down, it's contracting and expanding. So we also don't want the air inside of the glass to contract too much because it will actually implode. So you have this little hole in there, and that allows, essentially it allows the glass to breathe. It allows that glass to contract and expand freely without affecting the bubble. So they can really get this thing hot again and get it to the point where the glass is glowing and moving, and they don't have to worry about the glass collapsing or blowing up or cracking because of that stress from the expanding and contracting air within the glass bubble. So that's why we use the tungsten rod to put holes in the glass. Pretty cool. No. Oh, okay. So Claire's telling me there's a question about the weight of the glass. I would say this piece is probably around 12 pounds. Right, Tom? No? Maybe a little more? 1,200 pounds? Yeah. 600 kilos? Okay. Now, of course, we're joking. Each one of these pieces we're putting on there probably weighs just under a pound or aroundabouts there. So maybe 12 to 15 pounds on the end of the iron there right now. However, because of leverage, because of the torque on that pipe, because of where Tom's center of gravity is, it's like lifting a shovel with a baby on it. It's not as easy as just lifting up a 15-pound bowling ball. It's like lifting that bowling ball on the end of a shovel. So keep that in mind. So it feels like it's probably about 40 pounds on the end of the iron. But yeah, I would say that's probably about 15 pounds. You can really hear that thing whistling when you blow the torch in there. It's a musical instrument. All right, we're going to take a little break over here. Lewis made another donut. It's pretty. So it can go much bigger than even what we have there. I think that's 21 inches at its maximum diameter. So you can make quite large blown pieces out of the studio. We have a special heat shield, though, because this kicks off so much heat. We have to basically guard every bit of you while you're using that one. It could go either way. It could crack, or it could be too hot and slump. All right, so I'm going to start on the next leaf. Looks like G said maybe 3 more, Lewis, okay? Claire said 4 more. So Claire says 4, G says 3, artist wins. 4 it is. Claire, since you're the guest, you can choose. That's right. There you go. There is, yes, it's hollow inside. It's hollow. All right, yeah. G was mentioning how I hit the iron with the back part of the shears, the handle. And I've been doing that for many years, ever since I broke a pair of shears by hitting a blowpipe with the blade. The blades are a harder steel, they're much more brittle. And I realized how brittle they were when the blade just shattered apart by tapping on a blowpipe. Maybe a little too hard. Thanks for stopping by. I'll just bring them over to you, Lynn. Oops. So for anybody just joining in on the live stream, we're working with artist Clare Twomey. She's a ceramics artist based out of London, England. She was trained as a ceramics artist at Edinburgh College. She went to the Royal College of Art and Design and is now a reader of ceramics research at Westminster College. So we're working with Claire on a design today that's emulating or a synthesized flower design. It's a large flower here. We've been working on different flower forms for the past couple days. Claire is working with our gaffers, G. Brian Juck. He's being assisted by Tom Ryder, Lewis Olson, myself. And we're all helping out to create this hot glass sculpture at the furnace here in the amphitheater at the Corning Museum of Glass. So welcome if you're just joining us online. Gee, am I making any more? Shall I start any more? More? He's got one in process right now. How many more do you want on there, Claire? Two or one? Okay. Okay. All right, so Lewis, this might be the last one for this piece. All right, so they're putting on the last petal here. And then there's going to be some fine tuning to do on the piece, moving things exactly where they need to be. What's that? Blast the front. Gotcha. So G's asked me to put a torch on the extremities. The smallest points, the furthest away from the core, tend to lose the heat quicker. So we have to keep the heat on them using the torch. Yeah. Looks good. G. Sure. Okay, so G is talking about the gloves. That means it's almost finished being formed. And once they have this completed, the piece has to go into an oven to cool down slowly. If we just let this sit out in the open air after it was finished, broke it off the pipe, set it on the table over here, it would cool too rapidly and unevenly, and that thermal stress from the rapid cooling would cause the glass to break. So everything we make has to go into an oven to cool down very slowly. This piece should take more than 24 hours to cool down. Should probably put a long program in the ovens and let that cool very slowly. There's a lot of joints where two bubbles are connected. That creates strain points. It goes from thick to thin, so there's a lot of, we're asking a lot of the glass mechanically. And a piece like this would cool and it would certainly fall apart because of all the strain points. So it's very critical that as soon as we break this off of the pipe, we load it into an oven so it doesn't drop below 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And we won't see this piece again, we won't handle it again until a couple days from now. We got Dane Jack helping us out. He has donned his fireman gear. He actually has to hold this piece. Again, it's still 1,000 degrees, and you don't want to just be wearing your shirt sleeves when you grab onto that. So he's got protective gloves with a material called Z-Tex and Kevlar, and those will protect him from the high heat. He's got a silver jacket on there, an overcoat, and a hood, and this is going to allow him to load this very easily into an oven that's over 900 degrees Fahrenheit. Actually, it's just under 900 degrees right now, so it's not too bad. It's just going on the kiln shelf. Okay. Okay. All right, so Dane gets around it with the gloves. G. Brian is using a file and some water to thermally shock the part where it's attached to the pipe. That's the neckline. He'll bonk that iron, and the shock wave from the bonk will cause it to break free. And then Dane will load that into an oven where it will be safe and cozy for another day or so. All right, let's hear it. Let's give a round of applause to the team and to Clare Twomey.